And Mike Scow. I think it's safe to say the Wylie Bulldogs, I think they're back after the down year last season where they were 6-4 and then went to the playoffs.
And their record's been pretty deceptive.
You got to get the mic on. That's okay. Your technical problems. You're live TV on Football Friday.
Yeah, there you go. But their record's pretty deceptive. They have 2 losses on the year. They're 2-2, but those 2 teams that they've lost to are absolute monsters. Stephenville, number 4, number 3 in Class 4A.
Well, now they're number 9, but
okay.
But yeah, they're as good as anybody. And then of course Waco High athletes.
No, you can't. You can't look at Wylie and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Wylie." No, they've gone toe to toe with the best, and they actually played Stephenville very well tonight. And Hugh knows how to schedule them. Just straight up, he knows how to schedule bitter blood, and that's what they have with Lovejoy. You think back to what they were doing against Lovejoy in the state semis a couple seasons ago. And let's go to the first quarter. Matt McLeod finding his stud buddy Richard Bloomer. Bulldogs moving the ball real well between the red zones, and they had to grind out those first 7 points courtesy of Austin Money. The biggest issue Wylie had, holding on to the ball, a bad snap, and McLeod goes down. First points courtesy of Lovejoy's defense. Lovejoy overcoming a lot of penalties in the first half when they weren't moving backwards. We saw a lot of this. Nick Lassane breaking tackles left and right. Won't stop running until he finds pay dirt. They take the 8-7 lead, but take a look at what happens when they line up the point after. A blocked kick, and Richard Bloomer, right place, right time, scoops it up from his own 14. This horse is off to the races, folks. Because it's a PAT, Bulldogs only get 2, but they reclaim the 9-7 lead. How about those dogs? And McLeod caps off the next Wylie drive with this touchdown pass to Zach Childress. Wylie battling through a lot of penalties and fumbles, and they go for 2 afterwards, and they get it. They take a 17-14 lead at the break.
Wow.
Unfortunately, this is just what you expect from Lovejoy and Wylie. They came back. It was just such a tight one. It came down to those penalties that both teams were dealing with, and it came down to the fumbles and the bad snaps. It was sad to say it was a pretty sloppy first half, and I guess you could say that came back and that caught up with Wylie.
Yeah, I mean, that's on the broadcast. That's what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Very sloppy, too many penalties. And when you play a team like Lovejoy, who a couple of seasons ago, that was a semifinal game, to give you an idea of how good Lucas Lovejoy is from the other side of Dallas. But Wylie tonight, they didn't win. What do we take away? They're 2 weeks away from playing district football games.
They have Lubbock Estacado up next. They need to make sure their heads are on right. They need to make sure that they can hold on to the football. That was the biggest problem they had, was being able to hold on to the ball on the snaps. You saw that 2-point safety when Lovejoy brought on their first 2 points. That was a safety because McLeod couldn't hold on to the ball. It was a bad snap. It's the little things.
Just got to clean it up a little bit.
And it was homecoming. Maybe it was jitters in the first half. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they just got to make sure they have a few things cleaned up in the next couple weeks.
Well, we'll see if they can do that. Estacado athletes next week,
Yes.
and then district football. Here we go. All right.